picture this scenario. You're self-employed, you run your own business. You need a vehicle that can get all your kit around from job to job, but also do daily driving duties and family weekend duties as well. So the logical choice is you go and get yourself a Volkswagen T6.1 Transporter. It's the best in the business. But what if you actually like your cars to look really exciting and different and to have a little bit more performance maybe? Well, in that case, you go and see ABT, a German tuning company who specialise in lots and lots of different manufacturers, but also, especially in now, the Volkswagen T6.1. And I've come to Richter Sport here in Milton Keynes because this is the very first ABT tuned and styled T6.1 in the world.
I will be the last to fall. I won't shed a tear for them to see. I won't have your name to call. 'Cause I will be the last to fall.
So what do I have to do to turn this from a standard T6.1 into this big copper bronze beast you see before me? Right, starting off at the top, we have a grille overlay. This goes over the standard grille, but it makes it look 10,000 times better. You've got the body coloured strip across here. This comes around. You've got these extra little bits, these little throngs, fins, fingers. I don't know, these bits, they come around the side here. All looks very nice. ABT badge down there as well. There is a quite large splitter extension at the front, and these bits stick around on the side here. There are very few small changes, little bits that add onto the front, but it makes it look fantastic, I think. The little details are taking all the normal dull black plastic and making it gloss black as well with the extra body coloured trim bits. Really improves the front end of these things. Now, of course, this is the T6.1. This is the all-new, well, it's not all new. This is the facelifted Transporter, which gives you these amazing new LED headlights. It's a much more grown-up Volkswagen Group product. It looks a lot like the Touareg if you follow their stuff. We have got another lovely little ABT logo in the side here. That normally says Transporter or Caravelle if you've got one of those down the side. And a rather impressive set of 20-inch alloy wheels. Now, it's worth pointing out, this is obviously Richter Sport's press car. It's the only one in the world, and so they have gone all out on this car. This has had every single option box ticked on it. This has also got a Bilstein height adjustable suspension system as well, which has dropped it quite a lot. As you can see from the photos showing the standard T6.1 against the ABT T6.1, makes quite a big difference, I can tell you. Coming down the side, they've taken these lovely wing mirrors here, and these have been body coloured on the top and gloss black on the bottom. These are usually just normal flat black plastic. Down at the bottom, we have some side skirts and lovely little black extension pieces as well. So that is the styling at the front, and there's a lot more going on around the rear. Right, around the back, and of course the first thing you have to notice is this huge rear spoiler. It's certainly distinctive. I love the fact that it's gloss black and body colour on this edge here. Down the bottom we have a new rear a new rear valance, I should say, with quad exhaust pipes. This particular car has got the option of the sound generator. Because this is a 2-litre 4-cylinder turbo diesel, it's not going to sound great. But under there is a box of electronic tricks which makes it sound really quite funky, and you can change all the different sounds on that. I will cut to a few different clips of that making noises now, which you can actually do via an app. This is the 199 horsepower, 7-speed DSG 4Motion. All right, so this is basically as top spec a T6.1 as you can get. Now, ABT have their own little tuning kit on it, and it takes it to 226 horsepower and up to about 490 Newton meters of torque. So it adds a little bit more power, drops the 0 to 60, just makes it a little bit faster. But frankly, if you're making it look this much better, you want a little bit more oomph as well. Now, of course, I did mention earlier, this is very, very highly spec'd, this T6.1. They have thrown everything at the book because this is their press car. And if you added it all up, it's probably about 17,000 pounds plus VAT. Now, if you add that on top of the fact that this is the top spec T6.1 anyway, this is probably around 53,000 pounds plus VAT, which, yes, is a huge amount of money, but it doesn't really matter if this is your only vehicle and it's commercial and all that kind of stuff. So if you want to know about the pricing of all the individual bits and the whole kit as it is, you need to go to the Richter Sport website where they've got a full price list, so go and check those out. And of course, there is one other option. You can always go and play for this very car, not this very car, a T6.1 ABT on botb.com, where you can get a ticket for this for under £3, which is a bargain. It's a worldwide competition. There are over 150, 160 cars to play for if you don't particularly like this T6.1 ABT, and you only have to be 16 years old or older. I can't feel my face, it's very cold. So please do go check them out, and thanks for them for making these videos possible. So inside the ABT T6.1, to start with, we need to talk about this lovely leather interior trim. Now this is about a 1,700 quid plus VAT option. This interior is gorgeous. These are leather and Alcantara seats with copper stitching to match the exterior colour. They are heated as well, but obviously this is a part that ABT do. Everything in front of me here, this is standard Transporter T6.1, and what an upgrade it is over the old T6. This is where the big difference is. I mean, this dash is now a lot more driver focused. It's all angled around towards the driver. This is based on a Highline spec, so you've got loads of kit on this. There is adaptive cruise control, you've got all the park assists, you've got electric sliding doors, which I think are optional. You've got a large touchscreen here. Of course, this is still a van at heart, and this goes, you're gonna get this same dash and dash top on you know, an absolute basic white panel van. This is a bit plasticky, but what can you expect? It's a van. But in general, yes, there's a very nice steering wheel, which of course, these are the contact points. These are the things that you see and you touch. This particular one has got the standard dials, but very soon you'll be able to have the virtual cockpit in here as well. So, I mean, this is as close as you're going to get to sitting in a Golf every day as a van. So there are cup holders a go-go in here. So we've got a massive door bin with an actual bin. Wow, so it's a bin within a bin. I like it. Down here, there is a bit down the side here to put stuff in. There's a big deep cup holder down here and 2 USB-C charging points as well. There is obviously a very large glove box. There's a slot here for putting, I don't know, your paper, I don't know. Another bit up here for putting stuff. There's another couple of areas up here to put things. There are 2 cup holders here on top of the dash, and there's even a 12-volt socket up there, which is amazing. And there's another 12-volt down here. So in the back, more of these lovely trimmed Alcantara and leather seats, of course. There is a lovely, very soft, like it. Lovely soft carpeted roof as well. I mean, yes, there's loads of room because it's a van. I mean, of course, this is my normal seating position. I'm sitting here, I'm behind me, I'm 6'3". There is tons of room in this thing. You would not struggle to get a very comfortable family in here. I mean, if anything, because this is usually a van compartment in here, not with seats, there's no storage as such in here. We've got some mat pockets here. We have actually got some USB sockets here and over on that side by the door for charging things. And this has got an optional DVD player and some nice optional touch lights as well. Being a van, as you can imagine, it's got a very large boot. So yes, I'll open this. I do love electronic tailgates. And yeah, it's massive. This is of course the Kombi version, so you've got 5 seats in the main cabin, and then you've got a large bulkhead in between with a little glass window, which means all this bit is completely separate from the front of the cabin, so you can fill this up with stuff and it won't fly through into the front. And on this ABT version, this is all carpeted inside as well, so I mean, this is a very, very luxurious place to be, and I'm quite a fan. Yes, big fan of that. Right, so what is this T6.1 by ABT like to drive? Well, it's a van, but it's a van with a difference. And this isn't actually just limited to the T6.1 by ABT here. This new Transporter really is a cut above. Now, one thing they've changed is it's gone from, I think it was hydraulic steering to now electric steering, which makes it a lot lighter. And you know what? This thing is ridiculously easy and comfy to drive. It really is. It's an absolute breeze. Visibility is really good at the front and the side. Obviously, visibility at the back, not great because it's a van. And there's a little window and then the rear window, which on this particular one are both smoked glass. So you can't see a great deal out the back, and there's a big headrest in the way as well. But there is a reversing camera for when you're parking and all that kind of stuff. Performance-wise, obviously this has got the slight performance upgrade, but it's still, you know, we're only looking at 225 horsepower in a fairly large van. You know, you put your foot down and it goes. You know, it goes quicker than you would imagine, especially with this nice 7-speed DSG gearbox slurring the gears. It is nice, it does go well, but it's no performance car. One thing it's worth noting is that even though ABT give you more power and more torque, it doesn't actually affect the MPG or emissions, which is always handy for what is effectively a work vehicle for a lot of people. Yeah, so the extra power doesn't really do a great deal. It's only a little tweak, so I'd say that is definitely worth doing over a lot of the other things. So to wrap this up, what are the rivals to this ABT T6.1 Transporter Kombi thing? Well, a car that I've already driven, which is the MSRT Transit. Very much along the same lines. They take a normal van, they make it look a lot sportier on the outside, a lot nicer on the inside. I've got to say though, it's a bit cheaper, and you can definitely tell the extra quality on this. I mean, this isn't a van. I mean, I've been calling it a van throughout the whole thing, but this is an incredible vehicle that does pretty much anything you could ask of it. And I'm really, really impressed. Yes, there's a pretty high entry point in terms of cost, but I can't think of anything that can do everything that this can do while still looking this good. So yeah, I have to say huge thanks to the guys here at Richter Sport for letting me take this out. As I said, this is the only one in the world, so I'm pretty lucky to have driven this. And of course, a huge thank you to BOTB, where you could win one of these for under £3 and one of over 160 different cars. So please go and check out BOTB and keep your eyes open. We have got a lot more videos to come, so please, if you haven't already, do subscribe and hit the like button on this video, because it gives us all a warm, fuzzy feeling inside. Bye-bye. Still can't feel my fingers. Van rear.